Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Holly, and welcome back to Chronicle. This is the home where a bunch of my favorite people and I will get together and tell some awesome stories, and hopefully take you guys along for the ride with us. Today we're going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. So if you don't know what that is by now, I mean, it's session, is it 15? It's about time that you get to know, so you can always check down in the description below for the links to our YouTube channel, where we have all of our archive videos.
Technically, it's session 15, but because we're splitting the episodes into two, we're up to episode 16.
Oh, you label them 15 and 16 now.
Yeah.
Oh, why you gotta be like that?
So-
Well,
Surely you just do session 15 part 1
that
and
was
part
very,
2.
that had very, actually energy.
Well, in the title it says
Anyway, we're going to be
actually-
returning to the world of Cathora. It's a homebrew world, so like I said before, you can always check our archive videos on our YouTube and catch up on anything that you might have missed. Currently, you guys are in the Crimalt. Just found a creepy room filled with runes that are tied to the god of revenge, endings, possession, called Volg. So I think, unless anybody else has anything they want to say, I think we should get into it. The vast plains of darkness stir. An abyss... What?
one of the cameras is completely unfocused.
Yeah, I looked over. It just
Please,
saw this fucking fog. What
Please...
the fuck?
There we go. Go
okay,
again.
okay.
It's not Chronicle
Technical
without...
difficulties.
It's not Chronicle without technical
No,
difficulties.
always. The vast plains of darkness stir. An abyss of endless shadow greets each waking moment. A lone figure walks aimlessly through spirals of shadow that float upwards. Faint flickers of firelight radiate from them, a speck of glowing red and orange, bobbing and swaying as they carve their way through the darkness. Their form flickers in and out of a solid state, their limbs becoming transparent and flames passing through them harmlessly. Temperatures plummet, the air turning frigid and cold. A long exhale tumbles from their lips as a plume of smoke rises into the veritable expanse of darkness that surrounds them, freezing on impact and falling harmlessly to the ground below. Heavy footsteps fall slowly and deliberately onto the ground. A coat filled with rows and rows of bones of all shapes and sizes clang together as it sways behind them. Flames lick at the base of the coat and the soles of their shoes, curling around the ends and singeing the fabric. The fire itself is ephemeral, freezing the instant it comes into contact with the ground and cracking the ice below. On the horizon, a dim, dark red light appears, its glow soft and welcoming, a beacon in the otherwise endless expanse of darkness. It grows brighter and brighter, swallowing the shadows around it, until a gargantuan sphere of blazing, hot red flames is suspended in the air, rotating slowly. Within the sphere, distorted images of a group of tired and battered adventurers are clustered in the center of a room, gazing up at the high ceilings and flashing red symbols. The figure holds a hand in front of their face. Wispy white tendrils float to the ground below as their body flickers in and out of existence. A chipped crown of bones rests jauntily on their brow. They gaze into the sphere, stare fixed on the group below them. What would you guys like to do?
I assume the group doesn't know about the sphere.
No,
I was
watching.
gonna
being
say.
watched.
No.
So the players know that we're being stalked like a stalker on Facebook right now.
Stalker on Facebook, the most evil form of stalking.
Welcome to my sphere, Facebook.
The metaverse.
request.
So,
The metaverse.
is this room just like an end of corridor kind of room, or is that further along? Like, I forget exactly the specifics. It was like a puzzle.
So
room.
there doesn't appear to be any exits or entrances other than the one that you'd gone through into this room. So otherwise it's completely sealed off. It's a hexagonal room. There's different symbols in dark red that are spread kind of across each of the faces of the hexagonal room. On the floor is that knot-like symbol, kind of intersecting infinity signs almost. You guys have only just entered this room. So you can see that there's pillars. It's very finely carved dwarven architecture. Are you gonna sneeze?
No, I just got a really snotty nose. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was gonna bless you. Yeah.
Jesus.
You can see that there are pillars and kind of intricate dwarven architecture. There's lots of different kind of there's Masan that's kind of lighting the it's called a revenge knot that's on the base of the floor there. There's no island or anything. It is kind of just like a disc that's been set into the center.
Wouldn't you say this looks kind of like a tomb of some kind? Because we did hear mentions that Vogue was buried under the Chromalt, and that's where he died. So does this look like it could be his tomb in some way?
Perhaps, yeah. There's no visible signs of it being a tomb. Like there's no outward architecture or any symbols that suggest it's a tomb. But it might be. It certainly seems like there's a lot of symbolism here for Volg.
It's like you dig through the bones and there's a tombstone just saying, "Here lies Volk. He was a dick. Don't bring him back."
Can I look at this? Can I go to like the center island and just kind of see what it's like?
Sure. As
Careful.
you as you head further into the room, you watch one by one as these signs begin to kind of and all kind of glow brighter in a second, each turning on one by one.
Do they fade as he continues to walk, or do they stay alight as he's walking forward?
They stay alight as you walk towards the center.
Okay.
And as you reach the center platform, they all seem to be alight. Doesn't seem as if you don't think they've activated anything necessarily, but they certainly seem to have registered a presence walking into the room. The actual center island itself, as you look down at this revenge knot, you notice that one of the loops is not as bright as the others. So the Masan that has previously made everything kind of a blue hue and has been kind of glowing relatively brightly in the spaces that you've seen it, the end loop appears much dimmer than the rest.
With the first kind of puzzle room we went to, with this kind of dull thing, is adding Masan to it, like, kind of the solution?
I don't know.
Do
You
we
don't see any Masan around you other than what's kind of underneath
But
this.
It's like under like glass or something, or
So there's a ring outside of glass that kind of surrounds the Masan. Underneath the actual, it's like a stone inlay for the actual revenge knot itself, and it looks like it's not necessarily covered by glass, the actual knot itself. What? Okay.
is there any like another one of like the brushes we saw in the first room about, or
You can roll an investigation check for me, please.
While you do that, A9, do you still have the brush?
I believe so.
10?
Yeah, this looks like a completely clear room. So the only things that are visible to you are the pillars that are kind of lining the room and these kind of runes. Otherwise,
Okay.
looks empty.
I take back what I said about having the brush, because I think we went through combat and I would not have held on to it through combat.
Mm.
You left the brush behind?
Yeah, well,
God damn it.
I don't remember picking it back up.
Is there like any
Nah,
kind
that's
of
fair.
blockages that might stop the Masan from flowing to the end of the knot? Stimmer?
With a 10, it's hard to tell. It doesn't look like it. If there was, it's not visible from the top down.
These piles of bones that are like in the room, are they like stacked like higher than me or higher than Abelard, or is it just like sort of just like small little piles just scattered all over the joint?
Don't believe I said there were piles of bones
Oh, sorry.
in the
wrote
room.
down in my notes
I
that
might
there
have been
were
wrong,
bones.
but I don't think.
I think it was one of the corridors coming in full of bones.
I think I
or
wrote something
Yes.
wrong. Yeah, my bad.
So
Ignore
there's
that.
no bones in the room, but there were in the corridor that you passed
I'm thinking
through.
of that room.
Yes.
Yeah, never mind.
So the one with the slope, there were bones that were piled up.
Got my notes
Um,
confused. I'll fix that.
So yeah, the room itself looks clear. There's no crates or barrels or other obstructions in the room. It seems like a totally empty room, save for its architecture and the symbols.
Hey June, don't go touching the symbols again, yeah?
That was literally what I was just about to offer.
Can you not? I don't want to king hit you again.
Ugh.
Preferably.
Hey, king hits for a king. But like, if we run out of ideas, I do legitimately offer myself up again to
No.
just hamster this.
Why would you want that?
It's just exploration. I just want to.
You can explore things without becoming possessed. Again, you know what I mean? Just because there's an option there, and doesn't mean you have to take it, because it could be bad, like it was.
Well, it's an interesting question you pose, whether you have to like, sort of like, get possessed by something to truly explore it. But still the offer's on the table.
Let's not get possessed by the evil god again. That would be ideal.
That's
Look,
a
if
good idea.
And again, if someone were to get possessed by the evil god, I feel like I am the ideal candidate to just be pushed over and held down.
To be fair, you tried to punch me before, and it literally tickled. They did.
That was really that must have
They
been really funny.
they really tried to give it their all, but it was just like, oh.
What I bring to the party is not brawn, but rather
Brain?
charisma,
Okay.
love,
It
companionship.
I wasn't really feeling either of those things when
Hey.
you touched the symbol.
It's a
June.
fine line between love and war, I hear. But I'm talking a lot for someone who has less than 0 ideas of what to do currently, aside from touching it again and seeing what happens.
I could also suggest that we do know that artifacts with bulk have connections to knots and puzzles, and that looks like a knot and it looks like a puzzle, so maybe we don't touch it. Possibly.
I mean, we could just to leave it. At this point, the demons inside are dead. I mean,
I'm just
How do we know there aren't more?
saying from a logical standpoint.
hey June, can you do that thing where you see if there are demons around in like a mile?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. I physically cannot. I'm quite tired.
Okay. I hope.
Possession takes it out of a person. I know I don't look it.
Okay.
And to be fair, I did literally knock him out cold.
That
I mean
too.
that
Okay.
too, I guess.
It's because I knocked him out cold.
Oh,
Like
did
hit
you?
like a forehead on like the pavement and everything.
Why
do we
I-
have
Not
another?
pavement, cobblestone.
Cool. Thanks for letting me know that.
I can hear, but you know what? It was deserved. Anywho,
From what I heard, it kind of was, yeah.
So about the snot.
we want to leave it alone and just move on to the next thing.
Probably.
I mean, we could do stuff, but
Like what? Well,
I don't know if you guys really feel like solving this. You can. I just don't want any association if it turns out to be an artifact and we break it. I don't want to be associated with that.
I still think we should go with the plan. We're literally caving this whole place in, and so no one can get it.
I mean, yeah, I quite like that plan as well, to be honest.
Thank you.
Just bury it under a mountain.
I just try to get on my tippy toes, so I'm just like, yeah, confident as hell.
Walk over and pat Kruger on the head.
And immediately walk out again. Please stop patting me on the head. It's very demeaning.
Oh, I thought going on your tippy toes was to like make it easier.
like lean down and pat Kruger's shoulder. Sorry.
I just look at Dilbert and be like, please help. Nah, man, you're on your own.
If we're not going to touch it, I feel like there's a lot lack of other things we can do with it. Do you want to speak at it, anyone?
Speak at it.
Yeah, if we're infernal, anything. Because if we're not going to touch it, that's...
I'll just say it, Infernal, go fuck yourself, Volk. I just invoke challenges to gods I don't like.
Holly,
Mhm.
could I'm gonna pull the Zoshtar tube once more out of my bag and check. I remember, I found in my notes that there was an inscription on the tube. Does it match the inscription, the infinity knot?
Yes,
It does.
it does. As you pull out the Zushtar tube,
Oh no.
whereabouts are you located in the room?
I'm not.
I think you're just at the entrance, right?
Where's everyone else?
Well, I mean,
Because I'm the only one that's walked
Yeah,
into
I
the
have not
room.
walked in.
I'm in the room.
I'm just like around the perimeter, just looking at the symbols.
I'm somewhere near the
I'd
entrance.
assume I'd be with everyone else.
Well, where's
You-
everyone else?
You would be like near the middle,
Well, I
like
guess if-
comparing, wouldn't you?
If I've seen, I guess I'd have to have seen the symbol to. Yeah, I guess I'm in proximity of the symbol.
Oh god.
I can see it clearly.
Okay, so I would say, as the okay, as you pull out the Zushtar tube, you watch as the mechanism of the double helix begins to kind of shift and click in place, and you watch as a faint red light begins to emerge from the Zushtar tube.
What are you
Did
doing?
you not listen to anything that I said like 20 minutes ago?
Put it away.
Oh my god.
You can feel it faintly humming.
Can I move away from the
Okay.
center with the tube in my hands?
The light begins to dull, but it is still glowing and it is still humming and kind of whirring.
Let's just leave with this one and just run away. Let's just not come back to any of this place again with that thing.
Did you seriously not listen?
The symbol looked quite familiar.
Yeah, I remember telling everybody about that.
They did say that, to be fair.
A9, roll an Arcana check for me, please.
Yeah. Oh, not looking. It's a secret.
What?
This is one of my other.
You're looking at another character?
Yeah.
I can check my character profile, dude!
Don't. It's a name for a
That's
reason.
gonna make it very hard for when I want to make another character.
Okay, I know my modifier. I'll just roll. May I steal
Yeah,
his
of
dice?
course you can. There's,
Very kind.
there's dice in there if you want. That's cocked. Yeah, now it's not cocked.
Oh, you're taking it again.
Yeah.
Oh. 7.
It was like teetering between 18 and 2, and then it just like, whoop, 2.
With a 7, you feel like the Zushtar tube and the actual symbol itself are not necessarily tied together. It might be something else in the room. It's just a coincidence because you didn't notice the symbol itself begin to glow more, if that makes sense. You notice the Zushtar tube activate, but not necessarily the symbol on the floor.
Keep the Volg shit away from the Volg shit, right?
I
agree.
I agree. I don't particularly want an angry god within this room. Ever.
Yeah.
I doubt they'd be very angry with us if we freed them.
I disagree.
No.
Me too.
I feel like, evil god that's locked up for like however long time in memoriam, it'd be like, oh, thank you for letting me free, you little humanoids. Squish.
I think apparently he's quite a bit of a twat.
Yeah, I've been told.
There you go. Twat god. The god of twats. That sounded inappropriate as it came out of my mouth.
What exactly are we trying to achieve in here?
Well, clear out the monsters so that Doubt can be safe, and I'm pretty sure we've at least done some of that. So maybe also now make sure no one else can come in here.
I feel like we got like one of 3 monsters. not even like 3. I feel like we cleared out some rats while like someone eats children in the background, sort of.
Well, we
thing.
need to find whoever's eating the kids and stop them, because you're probably right. There's probably more monsters in here, and we shouldn't leave until they're all gone.
How do we know more won't take their place?
Because the place will be caved in by us once we're done with all the monsters. And they can't come back here if there's just rubble and debris. And
June, I can see you've got something on the tip of your tongue.
It was mostly just being facetious.
Lovely.
Classic.
I was gonna say maybe the real monster is society and the system's what we've got to change. But it was a demon, and the demon's eating children, and that's
Not really a society thing, is it? I mean, technically demon society.
I'm like, aren't we all connected in some way?
No.
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 I'm glad we're having such important conversation when we almost accidentally.
Let's just
Summoned an
leave with
evil
the
god.
tube and I don't know. I'll talk to Duran about it to see if he can take it to the fucking moon or something.
Lauron yeets it to the moon.
Just put it there and no one can touch it.
Oh yeah, can Laurent also tell us like what our? Does he have like any ideas of like next steps, where to go?
We're on our way to run along.
Exactly.
No, I meant
Exactly.
like
That
next
that's
steps here.
Oh,
Like
keep clearing out the monsters until we don't find no more. I don't think we need a god to tell us that.
I mean, Duran might have ideas what to do. I mean, we need to break all of the Vogue chains to let Vogue go, and currently we're holding a Vogue chain that is glowing.
Yeah, so he can't be released unless they're all broken, right?
possibly.
So as long as we keep one intact, then we're doing Cathora a service.
Possibly.
I just say what I've been told. I can't believe it all, can I?
That's true.
I mean,
I mean, it's the god of trickery. So
Would it be crazy, Holly? I guess I'm asking if I can roll some sort of check.
Mm-hmm.
But would I know, as chains break, do the boundaries separating, I guess, the pocket dimension and our dimension, do they weaken and maybe smaller creatures could slip through or something? I don't know.
Well, it literally is a gateway to whatever the plane is that it's attached to. We do know that. Zushta, if it were to like open.
I'll get you to roll another Arcana check for me, please.
Digital
Um,
dice. It's marginally better. 10.
I'll say with the information that you already have, because you were kind of told a little bit about it, essentially a point of Axon is activated by a Zushtar tube. So there's sometimes one in the same. And essentially what it is that it's thinning the veil or the boundary that exists between the pocket dimension, that is like the prison of the Nameless Few member, for example, Volg. So it would be thinning the barrier basically between Volg's realm, the pocket dimension, and the current material plane, though to enter a chain has to have been broken to create kind of a gap or thin the veil enough for Volk to pass through. So theoretically there's 3 gateways. All 3 of them need to be open for Volk to pass through, but it's possible, hard to tell exactly with a 10, possible that demons from Volg's realm might have passed through. It's also possible that Volg was in contact with demons in the underworld and they were somehow able to pass through to the material plane by themselves.
Yeah, that's another thing. If there are like literal devil, demon, fiend things running around, how in the hell did they get out of hell?
I feel like this can be solved with 2 original solutions. We take Sushtown Tube away, we
Yes.
blow up this place so they can't
Yes.
pass through anymore. Just fill it all with gunpowder.
Well, you don't know that they passed through in the Crimalt.
Yeah, that's true. We don't.
Can't hurt to bury
one,
this place.
One can assume. So let's keep looking for more things to slay and save people along the way.
It could be.
Like,
It could be.
I
good
thought
to-
the
it
exact
could
same
be
thing.
good
I
to
just didn't want to act on my impulse.
Maybe we consult more with, different divine patrons to get an exact idea of what we're dealing with before heading in.
Oh, do I have to start praying to someone now?
Yeah, go try it.
If you really want to, I guess you can pray to someone. I don't know who you'd pray
I
to.
think that would be kind of fun.
I don't really like the gods, but that's just me. I know they're real, but it's just like I've never been one for faith.
I mean, okay, the
Yeah.
gods have healed your wounds, but hey.
And no dissing your god. Your god's cool. Your god, I still don't trust as far as I can throw anything. Trickery is literally in their job description.
Doesn't always mean stuff that's bad.
Except famine.
Not the
Yeah,
god of
that.
famine.
It
But
caused
still
one,
caused
though.
one through trickery.
Just saying.
Could be worse.
Well, there's something
Could
else.
it?
On to Sia.
Fair.
She is a bitch. Well, there's nothing else in this room. Well, that we know something's there, but we shouldn't like interact with it. Maybe we should just like vamos.
So
Backtrack a bit.
is it just Abelard and me in the center?
I believe so. Nobody else is.
Abelard, let's try leaving.
Just sorry. How big is this room? Just from my knowledge.
I would say is probably 50 feet across.
Cool. So everything within 30 feet of me if I'm in the middle.
Yep.
I wish to
Most
cast. Use my last spell slot to cast Detect Evil and Good in this room. And that's a 30 foot around me.
Give me a second.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully we don't need healing.
Oh dear.
Who
needs
knows?
I'll
Healing
heal
when
by
you
I
have
could just be
damage.
very innocently checking this spell.
Heads up, it's aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead within 30 feet. I know where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. You can penetrate most barriers, but it's blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead. I feel like that's a lot of barriers.
I feel
Yeah,
like you're not gonna
I'm-
really feel anything underground.
I'm gonna say,
Nope.
you don't get a sense that there's anything evil in the room
I also
within
detect
30
good
feet of you
things.
at the moment.
I'm good.
Nothing. It just seems like a normal room.
So I
there
get the-
doesn't seem to be any entities around you
So
that are
I
evil.
just get the normal kind of touch of fae from Nadir, and that's it.
Do you tell us that?
No, I haven't said that bit yet.
Okay.
I just know. I know there's a touch of fae, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Well, anything?
no, let's just go. I don't like this place. A lot of bones.
Okay. Yeah. Onward.
As we walk away, do the lights turn off one by one as well? Or do
They
s-
do. Yeah. One thing I'll say, June,
Yeah.
and whoever, I think Abelard, you also read Infernal.
Where?
The runes on the wall, so there are some that are kind of that seem. It seems like a very old type of infernal, so it doesn't. You can still kind of read it. You get the sense that they all kind of have a repeating motif of just open.
What are you staring at? You two are looking at the wall again.
I feel like we shouldn't listen to the signs that say open.
What?
Wait.
What?
What?
That's
We
it.
should listen to them?
No, we shouldn't.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. Don't open
Oh,
anything.
so
in
that
this-
means open.
in Old Infernal, technically, yes.
Oh, like an older dialect.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. I mean,
Yeah, when the big scary room says, "Hey, open me," no, that's bad.
or treasure.
True.
The treasure of summoning a god.
Exactly. A truly
Well,
a once-in-a-lifetime experience, one might say.
Well, when you put treasure like that,
Nope.
I
I'm
would
just
like
not pushing Krieger out.
but apart from being an adventurer is getting rich.
You watch as the runes begin to dim back to that faint kind of pulsing glow that they were before.
Do I notice the intensity of the glow in the Zostar tube changing as I'm moving around the room?
Are you going to do a loop of the room?
No.
As you
Just as
leave.
I'm walking from the center.
Yeah, so it seems to dampen the further you get away from where you were before, kind of around the center of the room. It continues to whir and click, even if you guys are going further in. I'm assuming you're going further into the corridor.
Yeah, further away from this room.
Yeah, it seems to be still active in some way, but the glow is gone by the time that you make it back into the corridor.
Is this Zostar gonna blow up?
Do I know if the Zostar is going to blow up?
You can roll an Arcana check if you like.
Please, more than 18.
18, you don't think it's going to blow up, but with an 18, you sense that the mechanism itself appears to have some kind of charge running through it. You can see that there's a very thin kind of cord of almost red lightning, it looks like, that's kind of crackling in the center of the tube.
Did we just like charge up like? Is it like powered up now? Is it primed?
It's hard to say. I don't think it's going to explode.
Okay, that's good. I don't want a portal of nasty devils, demon things to come and kill us.
But I can't say that with any certainty.
Maybe if we like leave the criminal altogether, it'll go away.
I don't know. I reckon we just get rid of it as soon as we can.
Yeah.
I feel like disposing of an object. Who knows? Maybe now that it's
We dispose of it with a trustworthy source.
Yes. Trustworthy source.
And if no such source exists, we keep it with us and we do not take it out ever again.
Yeah, I like that plan a lot. It's better in our hands
Oh my
because none of us, as far as I'm gonna say it, none of us are evil by nature, and worshippers of Volga or anything like that. So I think we're all good.
None of us are evil.
I don't worship Bulk.
Meanwhile, the evil was around you all along.
I just look at Nadja and
Quildor.
Dilbert. Is he gonna stop doing that? It kind of creeps me out.
Yeah, so you guys are heading back where now?
There was a second door in the room of the one with the island.
Yeah?
That had the writing, that had the symbol of the Chronicle on it, right?
Yes.
Would we like to head down that doorway? Just as a process of elimination, we'll just do one and the next and the next.
Might as well check through.
I'll lead. Get up front.
I'll stick behind Kruger.
I'll be in the middle.
Okay.
I'll be at the end
I can
staring at
see
the
far.
tube.
I'll be
I
behind,
have
guess.
the light spell cantrip just lit up on like
I
a little
120
symbol.
feet dark vision. I can see somewhat far.
I have no dark vision. I just have the light
Twins.
spell.
A9, as the tube is still out in front of you, you're still looking at it. You notice that the mechanism inside begins to kind of rotate. Almost like a what are they called? I think this might be the word. Hang on. I want to say gyroscope, but
They're
I
the
could be wrong.
spinny things that keeps it.
Kaleidoscope?
No, gyroscope is like a. Hang
They're
on.
the spinny things that you can put on an angle and they won't drop.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. So if you begin to kind of manipulate it, you watch as the interior begins to kind of rotate with you, and kind of work around as you're moving it. There we go. Gyroscope. This is what I meant.
Oh.
Gyroscope.
Okay.
Oh.
Same wavelength, yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't quite look like that. It's a similar idea that if you flip it on its side, it'll still kind of rotate in the center. And you watch as this red lightning kind of becomes visible as the double helix kind of shifts around it. It still seems to kind of whir and click. It doesn't seem as strong now as it was, but it does seem to still have a magical current running through it. Interestingly enough, so Kruger, you're leading, is that correct?
I would like to be making a perception check just to see if there's like any like traps or like protruding holes where like spikes or darts or tripwires could be.
Sure, roll a perception check for me, please.
That was. Ooh! Oh damn! A dirty 20.
Okay. With a 20, as you approach this doorway, passing over the small bridges of that kind of connect the center island over the Masan to this small kind of nondescript archway, you notice that there appears to be a smear of blood that runs along the left wall. At the moment, you don't see any traps or any tripwires or anything similar, but you do notice that the blood itself is kind of still dripping down the wall. There also appears to be drag marks along the kind of stonework. You can see that there's claws that are kind of being pulled further into the tunnel.
Are these claws
The-
like in similar size to the devils that we fought earlier, or are they larger or smaller?
They seem similar size.
Okay.
It's hard to tell given that it's kind of just a scratch mark that's been kind of scoured into the actual flagstones of this surprisingly well constructed corridor. So it definitely isn't the uneven corridor that you guys have traversed before. This seems to have been deliberately made and a concerted effort placed into the architecture to make it consistent. Whether it was done at the same time, it's hard to tell. You'd have to investigate it a bit more. But it does look like the architecture itself matches the dwarven architecture of the actual Crimalt in the atrium that you guys had first entered into.
Okay, so 2 things. 1, no traps. 2, very fresh blood. And
Pull out my crossbow and cock it.
and claw marks, just around the corner there. See that? Yeah, that's dripping still.
Well.
So
I guess there's still something in here.
I say release under my breath and giant. Just I would suggest that we be ready for something bloody because there's blood.
Sorry, what's going on?
Put the tube away.
I'm just like, "Hut!" Just kind of lightly slap your face into the direction of the blood, like that.
That doesn't look good. I'll wrap up the tube and pop it back in my bag.
Sure.
Okay.
As much as I'd love to keep an eye on it.
Don't stare at it too long; it might make your eyes go. Are your eyes square or round?
I think they're round.
I
aren't
think
they?
they're. I have to remember. I think they're kind of
I drew them.
gem-like. No, they're round. They're definitely round.
Well, when my mom says if you look at the sun for too long, your eyes will go square. I mean, I haven't yet, but that's just what she told me when I was like really little.
If you stare at what too long,
The sun.
your eyes will go square.
There's no TV in this world, so I just thought of sun.
They might also
The
stop
sun is
working.
square, confirmed.
They might also hurt.
You
That
have
too.
burned your retinas.
Bernie.
Yeah.
Bernie.
The sun is square now, everyone.
The god, the divine, instead of crafting a mutable solar sphere, it was a solar cube.
Yep, that's the one.
Can I feel or hear the tube still in my bag?
Yeah, is it like a phone vibration, like that kind
What
of
did
level?
you wrap it up in?
A piece of thin cloth.
I would say if it's relatively thin, you would still be able to kind of feel it. You wouldn't be able to hear it necessarily. It's very quiet. And if you're staring at it, you notice the clicking and the whirring, but it doesn't really make a noise other than a hum. So kind of like a phone vibrating. Yeah. I assume you guys are heading down the
Yes.
corridor?
Yes.
We would love to.
Okay.
Do we want to try and get an element of surprise or no?
An element of surprise on what?
Like get the jump on them.
On what?
Does nobody understand stealth missions? Do you guys not read novels?
Missions?
See plays where the hero like sneaks on in behind the bad guy and then just goes kwacha.
We could just shoot it.
From the famous play Owlin Man, you know, just like the vigilante that goes kwacha.
What's the name?
Owlin Man. Thank you.
Owl Man.
Alan.
Owlin. You haven't heard of Owlin Man?
Fuck's sake.
Okay.
Where
Because
to
Alan's a race in
begin?
D&D.
I don't know what they are.
They're owls.
They're like
They're
they're,
literally
literal
owls.
owl.
they're
They're just-
Aarakocras, but
they're-
with owls and stealth advantage.
Yes. Do I make
No,
it?
I haven't seen the play.
It's a very good one.
Yeah, this is why I go home and I cry. I'm like, you know what? Look what they've done to my boy.
They massacred my boy.
Yeah.
No, well,
Um.
I'm gonna go in stealthily and hopefully the rest will like get the idea.
I'll try be stealthy.
I
I'll
will
try my
also.
best.
I'm very good at it, but Kruger still want to
Everyone, roll a stealth check.
If
for
we
me,
want to go in
please.
stealthily, perhaps we should go in smaller groups.
No.
No.
Together.
Ooh, splitting the
No,
party.
Stealth-
we're not doing that.
Stealth doesn't work in groups, guys.
Gooby
Yeah.
Gang.
It doesn't, but
What
we're
is
trying
that?
Someone's always bound to roll poorly.
I have disadvantage on stealth.
I
But
cocked
Kruger
that
still
dice.
wants to try.
22.
Wow, my first roll was a 7, and I thought, okay, glad I got advantage. Then I got a 2. So 2.
Do you have
7.
disadvantage?
Wait, no, not 2. 7.
Somebody will
'cause I
have to
had
roll for
advantage.
Don't you have
Dilbert and Maylin
disadvantage?
as well.
Oh,
Roll for
shit.
Malin.
Lachlan, don't you have disadvantage? 'Cause
No, I
you-
have breastplate.
Oh, lucky duck.
That's why I picked it.
Smart.
I was looking through it, and was like, that one doesn't give me disadvantage in stealth.
Yeah, what am I wearing?
And also gives me just broken and busted AC for cleric.
Chainmail. I need to get something better than chainmail.
I don't know why no one
Rattle,
else
rattle.
asked for armor. It was just like, can we get some? I'm just like, oh yeah, I'd like an upgrade thing.
I didn't think of it.
Didn't want to ask for too much.
Malin got an 18.
I said
she
fuck
has,
it
like,
down, I
she'll
deserve
probably
it,
get like a
kids.
20 with her
It'd
dex.
be like a 20.
20
yeah,
something.
21,
18, did you say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's probably like a 20 with her dex.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a
Oh, wait.
22.
22.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, shit. I'll get Dilbert up.
You got a 9?
I got a 9, yeah.
9?
9. Yeah.
7.
Twins!
7, so Nigel got a 7 as well.
Boom.
If I wanted to ask for armor, it would have been like
June?
plate. but
12.
they didn't
Yeah.
Give me that.
12.
Oh, no, they wouldn't.
Ooh.
Exactly, so I didn't bother asking.
We're so stealthy.
Interesting rolls.
We're so stealthy.
wait,
Avalon
wait.
just becomes a fucking
J-
ghost,
hold on,
everyone else falls
Memento,
over.
I'm going. Let me roll for Dilbert. Dilbert's stealth should be
You weren't
alright.
even invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dilbert got a +6 to stealth, dog.
Yeah, monks.
Dilbert got a 14.
14? Okay.
No. Yeah, 14.
Yes.
Cool, I can math.
Interesting.
Avalon is a ghost.
Yes. Okay. And you rolled a 20 on your perception, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so as you pass it's a very long kind of band of blood that's been smeared across the wall and it's kind of dripping down in several different places. The claws seem to stop about 10 feet into the actual corridor itself. There are no other visible signs of dragging, so there's nothing that's kind of been gouged out of the stone. You do notice that the claw marks don't seem to taper off. They seem to stop quite suddenly. With a 20, as you get 20 feet into the corridor, you notice that there is a thin gold wire, almost like a fishing line, that's suspended between the 2 points.
I'll just do like that to tell everybody to like stop.
Oh, I've been looking for some gold wire.
Can I pull out one of the flares I got earlier?
Sure.
We had 3. I just got one. I'm coming to pull it
I
out.
like where this is going.
So the claws stop, right?
Yep.
Can I crack a flare and throw it where it stops?
Yeah. Okay.
I'll get rid of one of them.
Red
So
eyes.
these flares have a kind of scroll that's attached to the top, and as you seize it, it's got a small little handle on it. As you seize it to pull it, it immediately begins to and erupts into a flame of just bright blue light.
Oh, well, there
Um,
goes the stealth. Oh.
There's
Ow.
very little heat that's emitted from it, but the light begins to kind of flood the entire corridor. And I will say with a 20 that you notice that just hanging from the ceiling,
Ah.
there are small kind of impish creatures.
Oh.
They almost look reptilian, and they kind of hiss down at you guys.
Oh, they're alive.
Yeah, you watch as they kind of all begin to descend down.
It's me throwing a
the
flare at
walls.
them. Help!
I
You
say
can
and try and
draw
come at
for-
me, bro.
If you, well, everybody will need to roll initiative
Oh,
now.
boy, here we go.
Unfortunately, you won't get a surprise round because of the flare.
That's my
I
and
figured
they
they
knew-
spotted us
they-
anyway.
Yeah, they knew you were there.
Yeah, that- yeah,
with
yeah.
7s,
Yeah, we
9s.
there's no rogues.
Yes,
in
well, I'll
this
get
party.
everybody to roll initiative, if you don't mind.
What's that? Ooh, and then for Dilbert,
That's decent.
red for Dilbert. That's also very decent.
Ooh.
So we're on like a 5-foot corridor in a line.
Yep.
With like.
Oh.
This is a very narrow corridor.
I mean, at least Kruger's at the front, right?
You
I can
see,
move through anybody's space as long as they're bigger than me. So I'm not worried about you guys. I can just go.
as the light floods the corridor, kind of in a almost a kind of a beacon that's expanding outwards. You see just what looks like hundreds of creatures that are just kind of suspended from the ceiling.
Wait, hundreds?
They looks like they're all kind of piled on top of each other, kind of claws embedded into this ceiling here.
Oh
shit.
I know what I'm doing. My guys.
That changes.
They're very small. They're probably only about that big, kind of like a similar size to a rabbit.
Okay.
And they're thin, so they almost look skeletal. Their bones are kind of protruding. You can see that they're a thick kind of hide on them that's kind of somewhere in between a murky green and a brown. And they have these beady eyes that are kind of just staring down at you, reptilian, with their pupils. And I'll get everybody's initiative now. So, anybody over 20?
21.
Yep.
21.
Got +3.
21.
Dex cleric build. Got no strength.
21 was it?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody 20 to 15?
Kruger gets a 19. And Dilbert gets an 18.
What does Natria get?
Maylin gets a 50.
Aha.
Malin's a 15.
Yep.
It's mainly no healing spells.
15 to 10.
No.
Yes, I got a 14.
I got 10.
And Nadria got a 13.
Oh, a 13.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, gods.
Okay, Abelard, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Yeah,
Does throwing a flare count as an action?
I will say no.
Cool. I'm
Good
just gonna
performing.
yeet it at the swarm and then fire a crossbow round at them.
Sure. Maybe I should. Would you like me to draw out where you guys are positioned?
I imagine because from what I said, 5-foot corridor, swarm of them just like 20 foot ahead of us or so.
They're right above you.
Oh.
They span the entire. It looks like they span the entire length as far as you can see.
How
with the
high
blow.
is the ceiling?
Probably about 20 feet up.
Yeah,
It's a
they're-
pretty high ceiling.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Cool. I guess I'll just kind of throw it at like some further ones and then just immediately look upwards and just fire.
Okay.
Be like, fuck.
Okay, roll to hit.
Alright,
Who's at the
crossbow.
back? Who's at the back
Me.
of the line? Because we can't get. Oh.
They're gonna steal me just a tube.
You can move through an ally, can you? It just costs extra movement?
Yeah.
Okay, so you and I are buggered because we're right at the front. Well, no, you're buggered.
13 to hit.
13 does not hit. So you're firing a crossbow. So as you look up, this light floods the passage, and you look up these skeletal reptilian creatures that kind of stare down at you, begin to hiss at you. You can see that there's blood and kind of spittle that drips down. You go to fire your crossbow at one of them, and you watch as it passes directly through one, and kind of embeds itself into.
Wait. Through?
Looks like it went through it. You didn't see it make any physical reaction. It embedded itself directly into the stone behind. Alright. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, I guess.
Right, up next we have Kruger.
Did we all notice the bolt go right through the creature and it did nothing? My passive perception is 13. If that means anything. I mean, Abelard's right behind me.
Okay, I'll say, yeah, you did notice it pass through.
Okay. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
I'm tiny, dude. I'm tiny.
Do you need a boost?
I can't
I
turn.
don't think any of us can reach 20 foot up.
I can't turn big. I've already turned big
Right,
twice
they're
today.
high up.
Very high up. I'm just gonna walk. No, I actually have no idea what to do. This is interesting. I'm gonna pull out my light crossbow as well,
Okay.
and I'll aim for the exact same spot, but maybe a little bit to the left, like maybe the creature next to the creature that Abelard was aiming for, and I'll try to shoot that one.
Okay, roll to hit.
Oof, Jesus Christ, that's an 8.
With an 8, you watch as you are so accustomed to just swinging and hitting that as you go to load the crossbow, the what is it called? The wire? The thing that you actually loaded in with? The drawstring, that's the word. It actually snaps back to hit your forearm.
Say a bad word. Ow. Okay.
Does not hit, so is there anything else you like to do on your turn?
Oh, damn. Can I just throw the crossbow like the actual crossbow itself, just like you try to hit the roof with it? Or would that be my action?
That would be your action, to throw your crossbow.
I'm gonna action surge and throw my crossbow at
Okay, go ahead. Roll to hit. Are you aiming for a creature, or you're just aiming
what if
above
there's
you?
like a small swarm of them?
Yeah.
Or whatever, I'm gonna like
Just hit them with a fucking crossbow.
yeah, the whole crossbow.
You watch as they all
what-
kind of
was that like a strength check or something like that, or? What would
I'll just say roll to hit for it, and we'll see, because you're technically trying to attack them, aren't you?
yeah. Okay.
So then I'd say roll to hit.
Okay. Do I use strength because I'm like hefting it up?
Yep,
Cool.
you
Okay.
can, yeah.
I won't add proficiency because I'm not proficient at throwing a fucking crossbow. Oh, that's a 12.
With a 12, I'll say that you kind of throw the crossbow down first and kind of begin to swing it to try and prepare yourself. And as you go to heave it over your head, it pings off to kind of behind you and smacks into the top where you think a creature was. And you can hear a hiss of pain for a second. And then the crossbow just kind of clatters harmlessly back down to the stone, kind of behind A9.
It's fine. I never use it anyway. It sucks. I'll then use my movement,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that maybe they're after the Zushta. I'm gonna move to the back of the line, and because of my halfling nimbleness, I can move through creatures' spaces that are larger than me. So, all good? Yeah, so I have 25 feet of movement. I'm assuming I can just move right through everybody because everybody's a medium-sized creature. I can just get to A9.
Sure. I'll say, yeah, as a halfling, you kind of squeeze your way past in this really narrow, kind of cramped space, kind of pushing through everyone. You put a hand on Abelard, kind of push past, and then kind of muscle through Nardria, kind of putting your fist against their rib cage and kind of making your way through.
I do like a little barrel roll through June's legs, like, and then I'll just get in front of A9, just draw my sword, and like be ready for when something wants to swing at him.
Sure.
And that'll be my turn.
Alright, does that end your turn?
That is my turn, yes.
Cool. Alright, up next we actually have Dilbert.
Ah, gee!
Oh,
This
no.
shit's crazy, man!
Oh no.
Jack.
Jack's missed 2 combat sessions.
Yeah. He'd be
They're in the bad books.
He's got 1 use. Dilbert will Breath of the Dragon
Ooh.
Okay,
up into the ceiling, like right above him.
sure.
That is a Dex save, DC 12 for anybody that's in the cone. Oh, he'll try to get as many creatures as he can within the cone. I think the cone is
15 foot, right?
20-foot cone, yeah, or a 30-foot line. Yeah, I'll do it. Oh, we'll do a 30-foot line.
Just straight down Oh, 'cause
How
it's a
many
5 foot.
dice
Yeah.
you rolling?
That makes sense.
Yeah, 30-foot line.
A few.
So a 30-foot line straight down the corridor across all of them.
Yep. So I only succeeded on. Oh no, I only succeeded on 4. So Breath of the Dragon. Hang on, let me
You
get
replace
this
one
up.
of your attacks with an exhalation of draconic energy, either in a 20-foot cone or a 30-foot line that is 5 feet wide, your choice. The damage type is one of the elemental damages. Each creature in the area must make a dex save, DC 12. And then if they fail, they take damage, and if they pass, then they take half.
Okay, well go ahead and roll damage.
He'll make it acid damage, because that worked before. That's just 2d4 though. 3 points of acid damage, baby.
Okay. Alright. So 3 points of acid damage?
Yeah, to those who failed, and I guess 1 point of acid damage to those who passed.
Okay. Alright. So as Dilbert kind of looks up, sees all of these creatures that are very similar almost in shape and kind of they look very similar to kobolds in that they do have that kind of reptilian nature as well, kind of the thick hide. They seem more angular and sharp, their features. However, it's less dragon-like and more almost similar to a crocodile or an alligator. Kind of a really long, pronounced, kind of flat nose. You watch as there are several exclamations of pain, and what looks to be some kind of thickened substance begins to drop down from where the acid has kind of seared at least part of these creatures. You do notice, however, that some of them appear unaffected. The hundreds on the ceiling are all kind of moving around each other, kind of like a swarm of rats that kind of pile on top of each other and kind of making their way down the corridor. But you do notice that there seems to be less now than there were before. Though you don't see any corpses at the moment.
I have a theory.
Does that
Means-
end Dilbert's turn?
Yar.
Right.
Play it as a theory.
Up next we actually have Maylin.
I don't have Malin's character sheet on my phone.
I
Acid
will-
splash.
Acid spray, poison sprays.
Oh no.
I mean,
Well, hang on.
is there a moonbeam thing still? We could just move down the corridor.
I don't think they have any spells.
Yeah, Malin
I
doesn't have
am
any spell slots left.
getting up.
Aha, okay.
That's all I know. I don't remember anything else.
Oh. Having a loading session. Let's see. Yeah, I need like a loading screen for when I'm just doing shit.
It's okay. Connor's making music, it's fine.
Thank you, appreciate it. Alright, Malin's character. Oh fuck, my internet's just You bastards.
Aye, you call me bastards.
Why is it the fucking...
I don't know.
Okay, I'll just do it on my phone. Okay. Bear with me, everyone. Sorry that it's taking so long.
Technical difficulties with Chronicle.
Classic. Classic.
My favorite.
You know what would be really classic of you guys? If you went down and hit the like and subscribe button or the follow button or whatever Twitch
That
got
would
using
be-
and
that would be
support-
really
and support
classic.
us, because it would warm our hearts deeply.
Oh, that's so wholesome.
Yeah.
Warm our hearts.
I will blow a kiss to everybody that
That's a
follows.
pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You seen these
dick.
lips? They're very supple. So just imagine.
Supple.
Yeah.
You should take up that deal.
Just imagine a supple blown kiss right into your face, into the camera there, and even there.
I don't think you can get to the middle camera. So we're not on the middle camera. either.
Damn.
You wanna try it?
Okay.
Okay.
There.
Oh, you can barely make it onto the middle camera.
Well, I've got short arms because I am short.
Oh, that's okay.
No, your forehead actually. The arm made it in.
Nice. That's all.
Okay, Maylin. Okay, I only have it on my phone. Is that okay?
That's completely fine.
Alright, would you like to pilot Maylin?
Sure.
should be okay.
Maylin has taken no damage. Now that I
Malin's
know
taken
that.
a lot of damage.
I'ma kill your
actually.
Okay, well,
I
we have
will
the...
update that as well.
Hopefully,
No,
poison
whatever
sprays an
works.
AoE.
Yeah, let me just
I
quickly.
think it can hit 2 people. Maybe that's after splash.
There we go. Malin's on the correct amount of damage, and I'm just gonna do the correct spell slots as well, just so I don't confuse myself.
Yeah, because I know they used Moonbeam twice.
Yes. Okay, let's go.
Poison
no,
spray?
like, that one could be useful.
Ah,
It could be.
yeah.
Are we lolling at the character sheet?
No, the spell choice.
Yeah.
I mean,
But they would also, the Maylin will do what they do, but yeah.
Oh no.
Why
sorry.
is the only damaging spell a 2nd level spell?
Yeah, I have actually
It's
seen...
like,
There's no damaging first levels.
There's
no.
poison spray.
Isn't
Yes.
it-
Trusty old poison
I
spray.
love poison spray.
Malin never was one for violence, though. To be
This
fair.
is true. This is true.
Malin Druid crafts a flower, and it's just like, guys, let's be friends.
I don't think Malin has ever used Druidcraft. Or Moldworth.
No, only ever
Poison spray.
Doesn't promote violence. Only ever cast some spell that poisons.
Okay.
Get Caldor to open his third eye, and
Get
then
Cooler to open his third eye.
use my action to open Caldor's third eye, and the imps run away terrified.
By force?
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
it's
the
like
thing is,
pure.
poison spray is 10 foot, so it won't reach them anyways.
oh, okay.
Yeah, they have to be close.
Can't reach.
Wonderful.
Poison spray, I also probably would have said, and I might have said this with the acid, like the draconic breath thing, but poison spray, I feel like if you're just firing a poison spray into the air,
That would
that's
be
gonna fall back down onto you guys. No? No, that's like how
Mate,
physics works.
Hey man, make the call. I'll vibe with whatever happens.
No, I'm not gonna say that's like, I should have said it in the moment. I
Oh,
didn't
maybe in
think about it,
future,
but
in future.
poison spray would definitely, in my mind, fall down onto you guys.
It's raining acid. Ouch, 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 ouch. Ouch, my
What are you gonna
skin.
do?
dirt.
Yeah, there's not a lot of options, but I just need something.
Context, viewers. We have the spells Animal Friendship, Beast Bond, Fog Cloud,
I
and
mean,
Speak with Animals.
You can take the dodge action.
That is true.
Fog cloud could be kind of
That's
useful.
what I was thinking,
What-
but
what-
then we can't say.
What weapons
Uh,
does Malin
a
have?
dagger and a
Dagger.
quarter. Yeah, dagger and a
quarterstaff.
quarter staff.
She could throw a dagger.
Technically, you
Oh,
could
I forgot she had wild shape too.
That is
Lol.
a feature she's never used.
No, lol, that's funny.
Well, she can't turn into a flying creature or anything helpful like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's up to you what you want to do. You can throw a dagger.
the only one, just one knife.
Just one.
My knife!
I bring out my shillelagh.
Actually, you know what? I feel like that is so in character for Malin. Malin sees Kruger throw one of his weapons up and is like, "Oh my god, I should do that too," and throws her
Throws the
dagger up.
dagger.
Good job, mate!
I
Oh,
feel
no.
like
Yeah.
that is something that she would do.
Okay, go roll to hit
Okay.
with the dagger.
Yes.
That's just, yeah,
Because you can't. I think the range is 60 feet. Is it?
20 feet for short range and then 60
Okay.
feet for long.
So.
Okay, that's fine then.
It should be in the attack section. So yeah.
Oh,
dagger,
okay.
Yeah.
What is love?
Ooh, 25 to hit.
Okay, definitely hits.
Nice.
Something.
Something.
A D4 plus 4. She's got good dex for a druid.
7 damage.
This character sheet gives me a headache sometimes.
I'm just gonna.
I think it was very in character for Malin,
Yeah, oh yeah.
but the meta game inside me is
Yeah.
like, I get an aneurysm.
I feel that. I feel that.
Okay, so with a 25,
Mm-hmm.
as Krugar's kind of thrown the crossbow, Maylin, seeing everything happen so quickly, kind of like a moth to a flame, sees what Krugar's done in the 6-second span and has just decided to whip out the dagger and fire it from the hip directly into the ceiling, and you hear a squeal of pain as it just embeds itself into what appears to be an actual creature. This time doesn't pass through it, embeds directly into it, and you watch as the tip of the dagger begins to kind of scratch along the ceiling, and then a corpse begins to kind of fall towards you and skewers itself on the actual dagger as it lands hilt up.
Yay! I hit something, guys. Look.
You also notice that a sizable portion of the hundreds of creatures that have been suspended from the ceiling actually appears to have been mown through by the dagger.
I did it.
How did that match with your theory?
Not at all. Not at all. Something completely
I am interested
different.
to see
but
what creatures they are, because I've got
same.
no clue.
I was
They're
scared that it was
homebrew.
Okay.
This is you shouldn't know what this is.
cool, and I don't know what it is. I thought it was a horde mimic, and I was going to be terrified.
I never know what anything is.
It's a big mimic that can turn
No.
into walls and eat you.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm saving that for another
I
time.
thought it was a whole living.
I'm saving
corridor.
that for all of the dungeons.
I'm saving it for another time.
Whoops! Whoops! All mimic.
That's why
I
was
love
scared.
mimics.
That's why I missed.
Well,
the
I
shit
am
out
conscious of the fact that you guys are only level 3,
Yeah,
and
no,
you
I
also
forget.
have used all of your spell slots.
That's also true. I forget. It's just like, oh, she wouldn't throw a
Lenient
16
DM.
creature in there.
No. I think horde mimics are only
Maybe
10?
Yeah, maybe.
I
Actually,
think they're
you're right.
lower,
They're still
but
pretty
they're
high, but
evil.
Yeah, they're dangerous for us.
If you chain horde mimics, that's bad.
a whole
All
dragon's lair
the-
is just mimic.
World mimic.
Yeah, that's funny.
World.
Ooh.
Welcome to Planet Mimic, everybody. Everybody is covered in goo, and you get eaten by me, the planet.
Nah.
Mimic.
Nah.
Mimic.
It's actually gelatinous cube world.
Yes.
I love them. You will be definitely seeing them in the campaign. at
I'm
some
just.
point.
I don't think we will see them. That's the problem. We'll walk into it and go, fuck. This again.
Didn't we fight one in our first combat?
No, it was
Or first?
slime beasts. And then
I
there
swear there
was
was also a gelatinous cube there somewhere. Or am I imagining that?
no, they were
Gelatinous
reskinned water
cube.
weirds, weren't they?
Okay. Oh
Yes,
yeah.
they were. No, not water weirds, water elementals.
Okay.
That's right.
Yep, and
yeah, I
then,
thought they were. I thought they were
um,
cubes.
yep.
Continue. Sorry.
I wish they were cubes. I should have done that. Anyway, does that end Malin's turn?
I will say that ends Malin's turn. Yes.
Okay. Up next we have A9.
Random question.
Yes.
Is there anything small and catapultable that I can see?
I mean, that's
The corpse.
Oh, I think
It's a very narrow corridor. There aren't too many alcoves.
I am terrified of just a barrel hitting me in the head now.
Technically, it's an object now. Corpses are objects, they're not creatures.
It would weigh more than 5 pounds, though, wouldn't it?
No, they're very light. It's like a rabbit size, but it is skeletal. It looks like emaciated.
It's just bone.
So
Right.
you
Fucking yeet.
May I eat the corpse?
if you'd like to, yes.
I
you
would
can.
love to.
Yes, you
Um,
may. Roll for what? Do I need to roll?
It's a-
Actually,
yeah,
it's dex, is it? Okay.
13 DC.
Where are you aiming it? Are you aiming it at a specific point?
Do I see any big groups?
Yes, I would say that you see. So, it looks like there's just a swarm that's kind of descended above you guys. I would say that's probably the largest concentration. But now that one of the corpses has gone, there are several different like patches of them that you could hit as well.
I'll aim for the nearest patch to me.
Okay, sure.
Um,
And for just remind me for
Dex save.
so catapult is only for a specific creature though, right? It's not like an AoE type of thing, right? Okay.
I don't
Or is
think
it just
so.
like, does it...
Opponents, choose one object.
The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in the direction you choose before falling to the ground.
To strike a creature. Yes.
Stopping early if it impacts against a spell surface.
Okay. I only rolled a 6.
Hey, it worked.
Actually, I only rolled a 6, that would be a 10.
So it still works. Still fails.
Woo, the worst spell in the game works!
Yeah.
Catapult actually deals a lot of damage when
No,
it works.
catapult is not the worst spell.
3d8.
Yeah.
It's still.
You know what's
it's not a,
pretty
Take
bad?
3d8,
What?
please,
Poison
be
spray.
honest.
but that's a cantrip.
You
though.
ready
A
for
lot
a
of cantrips
number
are
that's
safe.
probably
that costs a
overkill?
spell slot.
Do these things have like 1 hit point? I mean, don't
Who
answer that
knows?
question.
None
But
of us that question.
Hit it with
Who
a
knows?
Oh,
is that 2
8,
8s and a
8,
5?
16 plus 5, 21 points of damage.
Hit it with the corpse of its
mean,
friend.
Does the corpse still have the dagger in it, by the way?
Yeah.
Another one is skewered.
You watch
Pasted.
as you kind of focus on lifting this corpse, you watch as it kind of falls back almost like, back onto the cross guard of the hilt. It begins to kind of lift up slowly into the air and then is immediately just shunted into the wall. And you hear another scream of pain as the dagger again embeds itself through one of these creatures and it kind of tumbles to the ground, this time point down, and kind of clangs off the stone. And now you've got a kebab on a really short dagger of these beasts.
I
Hell
don't
yeah, dude. That ruled. Awesome.
I just imagine like a ribcage buckshot just going through him as it's just like hits.
Basically.
No, like the ribcage is like out like that. And
You watch
the other one.
as the patch that was closest to you of these beasts has now actually just completely disappeared. So there's a clear space of corridor above you now.
Like a baby on a garage door.
Fuck, man. Permission to throw a G4 in his eye.
It just came to my head.
I would like to see it. You may proceed. No, I'm just kidding.
Just this cursed thought, and I'm just like, yep.
How many?
Like a baby. It's like throwing a Slurpee at a windshield. Just a splatter everywhere.
I don't know why. I just remember like the joke of just like, depends how hard you throw them kind of thing. And I was just like, yeah. Now is the time.
I mean, they're smaller than baby size. Maybe a premature baby? I guess. A9, does that end your turn?
Cursed Chronicle.
May I also retreat backwards into the corridor?
Sure. How
By-
far would you like to go back?
Oh, are you near me,
Yeah,
Connor?
I'm like right next to you, yeah.
Well,
You can get around me.
20 or so feet.
Okay,
Well,
sure.
we're only like 20 feet in the corridor, aren't we? Oh, how far are we going to be walking? What do you say?
So you're only 20 feet into the corridor, so you would be exiting back to the entrance.
So I might as well just full send it and go the.
I
full-
run all the way out.
Wait, how did my walking speed get to 35 feet?
Yeah, it's because of your armor. Your armor gives you more movement speed.
Oh, cool. No, I'm content standing in the entrance.
Okay, if you're just lingering in the doorway, just...
T-pose. None shall pass.
Hmm.
You shoot
Ooh.
lightning at enemies.
Okay,
And it has like a 90-foot range.
I
up
still have another
next,
spell slot to use.
we have Nadria.
Is there like a little group of them somewhere near me? I'm kind of in the middle of the group.
Yeah, there's little clusters kind of everywhere.
I'm gonna try and blast them.
Sure, go for it. Eldritch Blast?
Gonna hit.
Eldritch
I'm
Blast.
not gonna hit it. It's not,
No, you never know.
no, it's not happening.
Are you doing Eldritch?
I mean, what other warlock options are there?
I mean, I can do other stuff, but this is a more AoE thing that'll just be easier for it.
Eldritch Blast is fun.
Eldritch
Yeah.
Blast.
I'ma just blast him.
I just started blasting.
A 19 to hit?
Definitely hits, yeah.
Oh my
shit.
gosh, I hit an Eldritch Blast.
Hell yeah.
This is the best day of my career.
Career
My
as a
entire-
D&D player. Love it.
And I hit a 10 damage, so 13 damage.
Alright, so as you begin to focus, so many things have gone wrong. You're feeling stressed because of the Volg situation, the Zushtar tube. Nobody seems to be listening. It's suddenly activated. You feel just kind of angry, stressed, and you watch as this massive kind of sphere of red hot burning kind of black and red fire begins to creep up your arm. Kind of like a wildfire, it catches and begins to spread all the way up to your shoulder, and you unleash it kind of from the hip again, and you watch as a fire begins to kind of spread and crackle, and the illusion, you assume, falls away, and you can see that there's a charred corpse of one of the single kind of creatures that makes up this clump begins to kind of fall to the ground, and you watch as like bits of it break off as it's almost scorched completely. You hear in your head, well, that was a bit graphic, wouldn't you say?
I mean, I like quickly glare at the kebab of the creatures, and I'm like, that's worse.
Does that end your turn?
Saxophone.
Holy shit, there was actually a saxophone in the background.
I was like, what the fuck?
I'm sorry, I just had to.
Okay,
Chaos
that end your
whisper.
turn?
Go on your way.
Jesus Christ. Alright, June, you're up next. What would you like to do?
I would like to approach one of the hordes.
Sure.
I would like to cast Gust, which has a range of 30 feet, and they must succeed on a DC 11 strength saving throw. We've
Okay.
pushed 5 feet backwards.
Had it?
Just knocks their head on the ceiling.
They all get a concussion.
Are you looking towards the entrance of the corridor?
I would assume if you're aiming up, then back up, like into the...
It's gonna rain in.
That's all I got.
Oh, but no, they could take falling damage. Like,
2 feet. It is a 20-foot drop.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, shit.
They do have a -3 to strength, so that's only a 17. I still think that succeeds, so does it?
That passed.
Alright. No concussions here.
they hold firm.
Yeah, they hold firm. You watch as they're hissing and kind of knocked around. They almost sway a little bit as they're kind of gripping onto this ceiling. You can hear the hissing. It's like quiet hissing. It almost sounds like distressed as they're kind of gripped on there. They get knocked about a little bit, and some of the illusions around them seem to disintegrate and kind of fall away like wisps on the breeze. But doesn't seem to do much damage to the actual creature you think might be in the center of the horde. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No.
Okay. So that will actually bring us to the wee beasties.
The wee beasties.
Weebs.
Alright. Maylin,
Hey.
I have rolled. Wait.
Okay.
I rolled. Fucking
God has rolled.
silly. Okay, hang on. You silly sausage. Okay, wait.
God
Fuck,
has
everything's gone
rolled.
wrong. Wait.
Has decided on a die that you want to die. I get it. Just die.
Okay,
God, I have to explain his jokes. I'm poked.
This is why I'm not a comedian, ladies and gentlemen.
that is a 21 to hit.
Oh, actually, my armor class is 5 million, so it doesn't. No, 15
Splendid.
it hits.
I'm going to kill your character. Okay, that was a 21 to hit. You watch as kind of like a frilled neck lizard, a beast kind of pops its head out of the illusion, and you watch as this kind of gargling noise kind of emerges from their throat and then transforms into what appears to be some kind of acid glob that kind of is held at you.
Ew.
Yeah, they're pretty disgusting. And that is going to be... Hang on, give me a second. Where are my D4s?
D4.
That is 7 points of damage.
Ow.
Acid damage.
That is actually a big ouchie.
Ow.
Ow.
That hurt.
Don't get your acid on me.
This is why you give things that just rather just me having healing. I'm just like, I can't
Well, the
give
only-
shit right now.
Wait, oh no, wait, never mind. I was gonna say earlier the healer is getting hurt, but she doesn't have any healing spells from it.
No. I asked about that. They were like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, okay.
Does make you die inside?
I
tried to.
I have nothing to say.
I also
I was just like,
Okay.
maybe Cure Wounds
So,
could be
like,
good, you know?
best healers of the game.
No such thing
Um,
as too many healers.
Okay,
Next
so
campaign, we're all clerics.
up
Oh,
next,
fuck.
you watch as one of those little creatures begins to descend the wall. The illusion still stays in place, and they kind of all whirl around each other, almost like a little whirlpool. They're kind of jumping over each other and kind of trying to crawl further up the wall. They do seem to move as the creature goes down further and kind of descends towards you all. And it gets to you, Abelard, and is kind of face to face with you. You see this kind of horrible, grotesque, reptilian face that stares back at you. And then again, you watch as it kind of, like a frilled-necked lizard, opens its mouth, and what appears to be like flaps of some sort, like a hard shell, begins to kind of protrude outwards further. And that same kind of garbled noise and the blood that's kind of dripping from their mouth begins to combine into another spray of acid. And that was a 19 to hit.
Oh, fuck, that just beats my AC. Finally, I've been hit.
Oh,
Melt.
just.
Let's take 18, just like, fuck.
That is only a 5
5 damage?
points of acid damage. Alright, that ends that one's turn, and then up next we have, actually, this one would be closest to June. I only rolled a 14 on that one.
I think you no.
Oh,
16.
Yeah, your AC's pretty
Okay.
good. One stat that is good.
Imagine having like
So you watch as this creature begins kind of descend further down. It gets onto the ground near your foot and begins to try and take a bite from just any exposed ankle, kind of tempting to dig in there. Seeing it though, you kind of kick it out of the way, and it kind of squeals and attempts to crawl back up the wall. Does not make it though. That will end that one's turn. Okay, I rolled a 3 on this one, and that one is an attempt to spray acid at A9 from where you are all the way at the entrance. Yep, the furthest one from the rest of you attempts to kind of throw acid at you. It's got a pretty decent range, but just falls short and kind of splatters just in front of your feet. You can watch it kind of pull into all of the cracks of the flagstones. Does not do any damage though, so up next we have one that is actually going to go for Nadria.
oh no.
My rolls are so shit. Okay, I rolled an 8 for a 12.
That still hits me.
12 hits you?
Warlocks.
Oh, okay. Okay, for a 12.
You killed
Cool.
that creature before, didn't you?
Oh,
You get 10 HP.
yeah, I do. Thanks.
I got you.
Alright, that is 4 points of acid damage.
Ow, that hurts.
Ouch.
Once I add my temp HP, though, it will pretend to not hurt. Just give me a
10
second.
temp HP. That's good.
Alright. You watch as this kind of skinny, almost runt-looking creature emerges from a horde of them, kind of crawling its way up the wall further into a space where it can see you, and begins to kind of extend that hard shell on the side and attempts to throw a kind of it looks weak But it's so unexpected. You see this kind of this small, almost stringy acid glob begins to kind of emerge and smack down on you, and you're so surprised that this small, probably only that big creature is firing acid at you that you don't quite get out of the way in time, and you watch as it kind of splatters across your neck, and kind of eats away at the exposed skin there.
Ew.
Yeah, it's nasty stuff.
It's okay.
Alright, that's gonna end their turn. Up next, we have Abelard.
Cool. So 4 creatures.
5.
5. No, I can't afford attacks. Because 1,
Malin,
me, June.
June,
A9.
A9, and
Oh, A9 got
Nadia,
attack.
so
I got
5.
5.
Yep.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, yep.
Never mind. I'm gonna just cast Sacred Flame with the one that just spat on me.
Okay.
Dex
As
save,
you-
please.
As you're face to face with this creature that's just kind of wide-eyed staring at you as it spits at you, I rolled a 19 for 23.
That's no damage.
No damage?
I love cantrips so fucking much. I want fireball. Why didn't I go light cleric?
Alright.
Not a chance.
As you begin to kind of focus, your holy symbol lights up, and you attempt to kind of throw it, like kind of like a frisbee at it. You watch as it kind of just harmlessly pings off the back as it ducks out of the way just in time, kind of rears back up, and still gripping on with one hand, begins to kind of threaten you and kind of make itself look as big as it possibly can. Looks like a very angry, almost like a chihuahua sized. It's like very.
I don't know why. I just really want to pick it up and just throw it into a wall.
I have Connor has a burning hatred for chihuahuas, so this is
Why do you hate chihuahuas?
because one bit me on the leg when I was on my way to school and made me bleed and made me limp to
Oh
school. It was a
no!
vicious little shit. The owner didn't do
Okay.
jack shit. It just ran up to me and bit me through my pants and just like blood everywhere. Went to the nurse and was just like, "Oh, what's wrong with you?" I got bit by a dog. I'm like, "What kind of dog?" I'm like, "Chihuahua." She laughed.
To be fair, chihuahuas are actually feral. They're like
the
vicious
devils in
creatures.
dog form.
I want to buy like 4 of them and put them in your house now.
I will kick them. I have no shame in kicking chihuahuas.
They're football sized.
I should have kicked them. I didn't do
No,
that. If I didn't
we
kick the-
can't keep doing this, guys.
I didn't kick the dog that day, but God, I really wish I did when it was around my leg.
Oh no, we
still
don't
feel the-
support. We don't support hurting animals. We don't support hurting babies. Please,
Unless they fuck around, they find out.
Dogs shouldn't
please,
bite people though.
please save me. I don't deserve it.
I will kick a chihuahua in self-defense, alright?
Oh
Alright.
no, no, no.
I'll kick
Okay.
baby in just defense.
Does that end your turn,
I'll just kick a
Abelard?
baby.
Fuck. Okay, Abelard, does it end your turn?
Yep.
Kruger, please begin your turn.
So I'm next to A9. There's a creature that's like come down to A9 or just through acid at A9?
Just through acid at A9.
What's the closest creature on the ground currently? Would that be near Abelard or June?
June, probably.
Okay, well,
On the actual ground, June.
Yeah, okay. Well, my halfling nimbleness, I can probably get to June, and then I'm gonna
Mhm.
take it. I'm just gonna like.
I'm gonna stab June.
No. No. We're square now.
That's what
Sure.
you get for saying shit about me.
No, it's alright. I punched him.
Oh.
I'm gonna. Like a lance almost. I'm just gonna like hold my sword forward and kind of like see the creature and just like zip like serpentine through everybody's legs and then just go and try to hit the little.
Alright,
dude.
roll to hit, please.
Alrighty, that's D20. That's pretty good. 14 plus 6 is a dirty 20.
Yep, that hits.
That's 2d6. Not bad. I reroll 2s. That's better. 8 plus 4. 12 points of damage.
What the fuck are halflings?
No, that's fighting style.
What the fuck is...
I can reroll 1 and 2s on my weapon.
And then roll reroll ones because halfling.
It's like
oh, yeah.
great weapon
no,
or something.
on the D20
Yeah.
I reroll once.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Halflings are an OP race.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you kind of duck between everyone's legs, kind of making your way through the crowd, you see this small creature kin to a chihuahua. You race towards it, bringing your sword out in front of you, and you skewer it. You watch as its intestines just burst, exploding out of it. this kind of thick blood begins to kind of spray across the back wall of the corridor. The creature itself, it's almost the length of your sword, so you kind of cut it from its chin to kind of just before its pelvis, and it's just completely skewered on your sword and kind of up against the wall.
I feel like he's really struggled not to say ass to mouth.
I did, yeah. Yeah.
Just say it, damn it.
No.
I'll stop you, ass to mouth.
Okay, I guess I'll just go. I'll just give it like my sword like a good like shake, so the body just like kind of slices it in half off my sword. So that's better. All right, that's good. Next.
Easy enough to do. You can see the interior, either side of this creature, just kind of on the ground. You can see its brain kind of just sitting there, just blood
poke it.
spilled out onto the ground.
I'll spend the rest of my turn just poking the corpse. Like, ugh.
Oh no. Alright, up next we have Dilbert.
Where's Dilbert situated? If he shoots a firebolt at one of them, will it have cover because people are allies are in the way?
It depends on where it's shooting. Like, if you're there are some that are still on the ceiling.
Good point.
So, if you're shooting something on the ceiling versus through the party damage. The ceiling, maybe not.
What's Dilbert's wisdom? What's his intelligence?
Oh no.
I was
think
pretty
it's
low.
completely it's average.
Is it?
It is
Jack
average. I'm
Jack plays
surprised.
Dilbert dumb, but he's
Yeah.
actually like a 10.
I'm actually surprised. He has an intelligence of 10. No, he thinks smart. Alright. He'll look up to the ceiling. He'll try to find one of the ones that spat acid at Nandria
Okay,
and cast a firebolt at it.
sure. What do I need to do? Is it
That
Dex? Or
No,
what is
it's-
it? You roll to
I
hit for a
roll
fireball, do
to
you?
hit for
Okay, I thought so.
firebolt. That's a little weak cantrip. Uh-oh. 13.
13 does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, that's right. He just like just kind of tries to pretend that he's breathing fire out of his mouth by casting the fireball cantrip, but because he's so focused on like trying to make it look cool and come out of his mouth, it just like
Kind of
I'll get it
falls
next time.
harmlessly. Excellent. Okay, does that end Dilbert's turn?
he'll start playing the drum.
Battle drum.
Looking
We
at
all
Nandria
get a
with
buff.
daggers.
Alright, up next we have Maylin.
What is left for Maylin to do?
Oh wait. Oh yeah,
Take
true.
the dagger back, throw it at someone else.
Honestly.
Fog cloud. Nobody can see anything.
That's the only reason it's bad. It's a good retreat spell.
Oh, it's only first level spell slots left, and all of them are trash. Is that like Bark Skin or anything?
Oh yeah, Barkskin is second level, I think,
no,
isn't
never mind.
It is, yeah.
Nothing helpful. Wonderful.
Lol. Okay.
Apparently just to really heavily influence new players in what spells they pick next time.
No, I think it makes sense for the
But,
for the
like,
character, but
50% roleplay, 50%,
Actually good.
20%, not even 30% combat.
oh well. You live and you learn.
That is true.
And I think poison spray was good in the first encounters we
Yeah.
ran. So
actually
can't
was.
fault that one.
No, it actually was.
I would have liked to see a wild shape though. I would have been interested to see what Meg would have done.
I feel like, well, we've got to teach Meg the CR system first, and then also what creatures are in the CR system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she turns into another raccoon.
Bee spawn.
Be spun with Cordor. What should I do? Run!
Kill them all. Yeah, what would you like to do?
Honestly,
You only have first level spells, yeah?
yeah.
Okay, hang on.
She could dodge.
Mold Earth.
Does it do damage?
No.
Okay. I mean, you could creatively use it to bury one of them. I don't know.
Druid craft a shiv.
Wooden stake stab.
Vampires.
That's actually legit. No, I don't.
I'm surprised people don't use it for stuff like that. I think that's funny. Anyway. So
What is Megan to do?
speak with animals. Quildor, what do I do?
Sacrifice them to my eternal eldritch
I don't
god.
know. I don't know. It's stuck.
Sorry, I would have like.
It would have been better, I think. The only reason that we're finding it hard is because there's no damage between like
I also just don't
cantrip
play melee in
or
combat, so
Yeah.
I'm not used to this.
No.
cantrip or first level. So I think the best option is probably poison spray.
Is there one close enough to where I can poison spray one without affecting?
Whereabouts was Maylin? I'll say just for the purposes of this, because otherwise this is going to get really confusing.
Yeah.
Yes, there is one close enough that you can poison spray.
Without affecting.
They have kind of crawled down the wall.
Okay.
I'll say you can focus enough,
On
done
the
enough
wall.
poison sprays, you can focus it towards the wall, so that it'll only kind of slip off the wall and not like bounce back to you. I'll be
Poison
nice.
spray proficiency. Let's go.
I'll be nice.
Thank you. It's a con save for 13.
Okay.
Get it, get it, get it.
I rolled a 10. You hang on.
It's the
Let me open up my
saving
thing. It's a +1 for 11.
Hey, it's a
Hey,
fail.
it's a fail. Okay.
Ooh.
I'm-
I feel like Maylin is really a damage dealer when you play Maylin. Like, she's out here with the moonbeam.
The moon,
Yeah.
She's
the
out
moonbeam
here
is clutch.
with
Moonbeam, good
poison
spell.
spray.
That's why, because you should put this spell on the list. Just this one.
Druid supports. No, Druid's a DPS now. Sorry.
Druids have always been DPS. Let's not
Well,
pretend.
this Druid will never support.
I
Druids
bring
are
up my
every single-
shillelagh.
Druids at every
Shall I
role.
leave it as one of the best
Yeah,
ones?
I don't love magic casters, but druids, they're
Hit
really up
different.
there.
Primal Savagery is just the best
Yeah.
cantrip. It's
Very good.
so
It's a
good.
4.
Okay.
Good show.
You watch as the poison spray. Actually, I was gonna be so mean. I was gonna be like, "Tell me what happens." No, I won't do that. You watch
green
as a green mist emerges from Maylin's hand.
From
Um,
Doors Third Eye.
Quildor is held up like Simba. The third eye appears. The tentacles emerge. Yeah. It's so fucked up. Okay. You watch as Malin focuses on the creature in front of her and begins to kind of reach into whatever anger she has towards the world and the situation, and you watch as this kind of green poison spray emerges and actually begins to kind of eat away at the hide of the beast and kind of pockmarked skin. It kind of bubbles in some places as it inhales it. You watch as blood kind of spills out, and the creature kind of limply falls off the wall and is actually killed, dead.
I hit another thing! Yay!
Alright, up next. Does that end Malin's turn? I'm assuming. Up next we have A9.
How are there many near me?
Not at the entrance. There's only that small little kind of runt of the pack.
Okay,
You could hit it with your thing.
with this thing.
Yeah, it's got 90 feet.
Yeah, but
Get a tease.
3.5 plus 3 is 6.5.
He's doing robot math.
Robot math. Trajectory.
Yeet the bodies again.
This is gonna be painful to watch you play Barbarian when you can't do this.
Yeah, because Barbarian's not smart. Barbarian got.
Well, it depends. You can play a smart
you can,
Barbarian.
You can. I've
Yeah.
seen smart Barbarian.
James is not playing as barbarian.
I am playing.
Technically, average intelligence barbarian. Your stats are really good.
Oh, I forgot to make myself dumb. I'm so
What
dumb
would
that I
you-
forgot to
what-
make myself dumb.
I forgot. To make
What would you
myself
like
dumb.
to do?
I would like to. Are there any within 15 feet of me? Oh wait, no, sorry, it'll be 7.5 feet.
7.5 feet from
definitely
you?
not.
No.
Okay, well, I'm just going to give him a bit of a zappy zap with my lightning
7.5.
launcher.
So +5.
What's that so specific?
How do we get to here?
I want it roll.
Don't know.
Give me back my buttons. Not the buttons. Not the gumdrop buttons.
Not my gumdrop buttons.
There you
Oh wait, am I aiming? I should probably.
I don't
Oh.
know what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm
So
aiming for
I-
the nearest one to me,
Okay.
and I'm probably missing.
Okay. Well, the nearest one to you is still up on the ceiling, so that's at least 20 feet above you.
So
Oh,
I'm gonna use my
Well,
lightning.
not necessarily 20 feet above you, but you know what I mean. It's 20 feet. That's how high the ceiling is. So you're trying to. What spell are you trying to do?
I'm using my lightning launcher.
Yep.
It's not a spell, but like the. It's part of my armor.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm aiming for the one that is above.
Okay. And what is the range on the lightning?
90 feet.
Oh, that's fine. Definitely is.
Well,
Well,
I've rolled an 11 to hit.
Does not actually, because it's so small. No, I'll say an 11 doesn't hit. Not quite enough. So it's part of your armor.
Mm-hmm.
Is it similar to the gun situation where it just
Oh,
kind
that's
of
exactly
emerges?
what that is.
Yeah. Okay. Just emerges from your wrist. You go to fire it at this small creature, and you watch as it kind of almost cackles and then kind of crawls into a kind of darkened recess of the actual ceiling. Unfortunately, the lightning just kind of clangs off.
and 1911 sprawls from your hand.
Oh no. I can't do this. Right, does that end your turn?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Up next, we have Nardria.
Is the one that, like, threw acid on me still there?
Yeah, it's just chilling.
I want to kill it.
Okay.
You have pissed me off.
I want to hopefully kill
Now
it.
it's
Roll
back
to hit.
rage.
15?
15 does not hit.
Oh.
Hmm.
So I wanted to try and kill it. I throw an eldritch blast at it and it misses, obviously.
As you see this creature kind of so surprised at this kind of small creature that is attempting to try and kind of throw enough acid on you to burn you, you focus on feeling that anger and getting in touch with Chivoth and the power that he grants you, and you watch as
Thanks,
the
buddy.
sphere begins to form in your hand. But suddenly you hear the sound of a harmonica that just kind of pierces through your your head and kind of redirects your Eldritch Blast to just kind of harmlessly swing off and kind of hit the side of the stone wall and kind of fizzle out.
Starts playing the harmonica from Piano Man by Billy Joel.
You hear in your head, "My apologies. Did I distract you?" It's a nightmare. Alright, I'm assuming that ends your turn. Nadria's just sat there crying. Up next we have June. What would you like to do?
Is there any of them on the ground? Because Kruger killed the one at my
yeah,
feet.
not on the ground. There's one still on the wall closer to you, and there's one on the ceiling.
How far up the wall is that one?
I would say probably 10 feet up, maybe 11.
Yeah, I couldn't get that.
You could 100% swing a sword at that.
I don't have a sword.
You're
Oh.
And you got rid of your bow. So
I have a dagger.
Well,
I can jump.
you could throw it.
I throw my dagger.
I don't want to throw my dagger. I like my dagger.
You can give it back.
Just pick it up when you kill it.
I'll gust it. I'll gust the one on the ceiling. It's got a much higher chance.
Sure, so there
Literally, my
is...
combat spells like, what the fuck? Just gust.
I rolled a 17 for the first one.
Oh my god.
I rolled a 3 for the second.
Oh, it worked.
And I rolled a 16 for the next one.
Well, one of them 5 feet backwards.
So you watch as the kind of small little runt creature that's kind of curled itself up into the recess to try and hide out of the way of the lightning lure. You watch as the other two kind of grip on tighter to the rock faces that they're kind of up against, the stone wall, and this one just appears to just drop completely to the ground and kind of smack back against it. Does Gust do any damage?
No.
No, but falling
I'll
20
say
foot does.
Yeah, I'll say 4 damage. I mean, I think it'll probably take it out. That's it. So, hang on, 4 damage.
It's a d6 per 10 foot.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. I'm glad you guys know.
Up to a
Actually, I'll
up to a
roll.
maximum of 20 feet.
I'll roll my.
I mean,
200.
I'll roll my
20d6
skull
on the
dice.
200
Yes.
is the max you can take.
So after that, you can just fall.
Okay. You watch as this creature just drops like a stone, kind of curled up, trying to protect its organs. You watch as it just smacks back against, and you hear a crack as its neck snaps.
I mean,
You can see that there's kind of a rib cage, sternum kind of piercing through the skin. Completely dead. So there's only 2 left now by my
Gnarly,
count.
Yes. There's one by Abelard.
Alright, does that end your turn, June?
Yes.
Kill.
Alright, we will see. So the 2 that are left, you can see that the actual corridor itself has kind of thinned out completely. There's only a couple, probably about 20 that are left that appear to be on the ceiling. And we'll say one of them is going to attempt to throw acid again at Abelard. I only rolled an 11.
that does not hit.
So you watch as it kind of fearful, seeing all of its kind of pack members, the members of the horde that have kind of fallen. Some have been sliced completely in two. Others have kind of taken fall damage and splintered themselves apart. Some of them have been burnt to a crisp. You watch as it kind of stares at you, fearful, and begins to kind of, as a defense, attempt to lunge towards you and bite.
Okay.
But I will say that
It bites a metal plate. Okay.
as it jumps off the wall, leaps off to kind of lengthening itself to make itself more aerodynamic, attempts to chomp down on your shoulder, and you feel the kind of, like, you hear that scrape of metal from the teeth as it kind of slides down, and you feel that horrible screech sound like in your soul as it kind of drops to the ground and attempts to move away. I would say it only gets 10 feet away before its movement is done.
Opportunity attack?
Sure.
Fuck it, I'm stabbing the fucker.
Oh no.
With this knife.
Pull a knife at her, basically. Oh fuck, that's only a 14 to hit.
14 does not hit.
Yeah.
Little fuckers have
Um,
pious, eh?
Yeah, they do.
Like,
They're dexy.
it makes sense, they're small and nimble.
Okay, so as you watch it kind of scrambling away from you, you take out your dagger and attempt to try and spear it, and it just kind of clangs harmlessly off as it flattens itself and continues on its way. Alright, that will end that one's turn, and then up next we have one that is actually going to try and retreat from Natria. So seeing them get angry and kind of char somebody, and then coming so close to death again as Chivoth ruined that one. You what is it? It attempts to make its way Yes. Attempts to make its way back up to the ceiling. It was not within 5 feet of you. It was above you still. So no opportunity attack in that case, but it is going to, a retreat. So that will be its turn. Then,
Question. Sorry.
mhm,
Is it within 30 feet of me?
30 feet. Yes, I would say so. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
where
good.
you're.
I was near where A9 was before he yeeted out of the corridor. So
Okay, and Nadria was towards the back as well, right? Were
I
they?
was in the middle.
In the middle.
Like,
Where was you moved towards June though, no?
yes, sorry, I was.
And where was June?
June was near the middle too.
Okay, then yeah, it's
So
within 30 feet,
And
we'll
they're on
say.
the ceiling?
Yes.
Perfect. Can I get them to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please? DC 14.
Yes.
Wait, what?
I really want this to fail.
I rolled a 16
God damn
for a 17.
Really? Never mind.
Yes.
Never mind. Doesn't fall asleep and fall.
That would be funny.
That's really hard to fall. I'm like, yes, go to sleep.
Oh.
Stupid stone room. None of my rooms have worked yet. This is bullshit.
That makes it when it works even better.
My
Alright,
spell
so
save's only 13. That's upsetting.
up next
Mine's
we
based on
have
con.
Abelard. What would you like to do?
It's running away. Wait, you mentioned a gold tripwire.
Yes.
How far away is that?
Well, I think you would have stopped probably
It would be,
within
like, in
5
front of
feet or something,
Yeah,
or
it
like.
would have been like, I would have stopped within like 10 feet of it. So you could probably see it. Because I did say trap in front. So
Is there a body near me?
Yeah, there's. I guess so. I mean,
Can I
there's
throw the
the
body through the tripwire?
Sure. You go to pick up the kind of charred corpse of the one that Nadria had burnt to a crisp, and one of its arms snaps off as you pick it up, and you kind of rearrange, and you chuck it like a football towards the tripwire.
Ranged attack.
I would say just roll a d20 for me, please.
Athletics check, maybe? Because you're like eating it like a ball.
I was gonna say just ranged attack with like Dex mod.
That too.
I'd just roll a d20 with it. I mean, it's not. You know where it is. It's not that
It's
hard.
a 10.
Yeah, with a 10, that was the DC I set. So
Okay.
as you kind of throw like a football or actually like a rugby ball kind of from your hip, you watch as this child corpse kind of spins slightly through the air, and then immediately on impact with this gold tripwire just erupts into flames further and becomes dust.
What about
It's
the one that
already
was
a
right by
charred-
the tripwire that was running away from me? You said it was about 10
So-
foot away from me.
Was it on the ceiling though?
I don't know. Because it was on the ground because it spat on
No,
me.
so it.
Because I tried to stab it. And you said it got about 10 foot away from me.
Sure, well, yeah,
I
I. Sure, let's say, okay.
I skipped track of that one because I wanted to try to like pick it up and just slam it into a wall, but it was like by a tripwire. I'm like,
Sure. My thinking with the tripwire, so it's your calf height.
okay.
It would be taller than them, but I'll say as it kind of turns around to kind of run away from you, I'll say that it kind of makes contact with it, just at the top of its head. I'm going to roll to see if I kill my own creature.
Well, I thought just the explosion would kill the one that was running away because I just threw one's corpse through a tripwire. I just figured.
But I'm so theoretically, if we're saying that it should have hit the tripwire, I'll do that first
Okay.
because that would be fair. So that is 4 points of damage, and you watch as the creature immediately gets charred on the spot. It kind of screams in pain. You can see it kind of staggering slightly. It's for a moment bipedal, and then you watch as it kind of falls back and begins to curl up, and you can hear the kind of charred noise as it kind of cracks. And that one is dead.
Okay.
Do you still want to throw the corpse?
If there's a tripwire to throw it at, no.
Alright, so then you get your turn back,
Oh,
essentially.
cool. Can the other one just make a deck save? As I'll just try Sacred Flame it.
Sure. 17.
Yeah, that succeeds.
Okay.
My spell save's 13. I'm just gonna say.
As the kind of wall of flame that roars up behind you kind of distracts you for a moment, you go to throw the sacred flame towards I think the final remaining creature, and you watch as it kind of just ducks out of the way in time, your spell just veering slightly to the right. Alright, does that end your turn?
Yeah, that's what to do.
Right, up next we have Kruger. What would you like to do?
So it's on the ceiling. I can't really reach that son of a bitch.
I throw my crossbow.
Throw the sword.
I throw my sword.
Yeet, 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 yeet.
I just hear you say yeet down the hallway. I'll
Alright,
try and
roll.
chuck a great sword at
This
him.
could end really badly. I've just realized.
Roll to hit,
This
yeah.
is.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's disadvantaged because you're not meant to throw a freaking great sword. So.
Oh, I wasn't going to be that mean, but sure.
Nah, I think.
I was just going to, if it clangs off it, because it's not going to embed itself into the ceiling, I assume,
I don't know,
somebody might get a bit hurt.
I don't know.
Sliced.
Magical weapon. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I feel like that's just like that just makes sense to me.
Yeah.
They're both shitty anyway. 10.
Alright. I will say with a 10, because this is such a
someone because I'm in the middle of the.
because this is such a huge sword, I will say as it kind of hits off the ceiling, clangs down to the ground, I'll say that you were closest to, was it June? Right. I'll say, June, I'll get you to roll a dex save from the
Oh, jeez.
because I know 10 doesn't hit your AC.
I think your dex save's pretty good at a ranger, right?
Yeah.
Plus 4.
But your strength is just a +0 with proficiency.
And that what?
6.
I will say that as the greatsword comes down, kind of clangs off the ceiling, the hilt hits it and it redirects down towards you, June. I will say that it kind of scrapes a part of your skin here for 4 points of damage.
Oh, lucky. I was gonna say, if you wanted me to roll damage, that would have hurt.
No, I'm not going to be that mean.
That would have been 10
10
points of damage.
There are only 4 points of damage, and the greatsword kind of clatters harmlessly to the ground again after just carving a bit off June.
Sorry.
I thought we were good.
That was an accident. You try throwing a great sword.
Ow.
Alright, up next we have Dilbert. What would Dilbert like to do?
Also, I'm just gonna bonus action second wind. Just
Oh, sure, no worries.
Just a little bit of HP back. And then Dilbert will just do what Dilbert do.
What did Dilbert do?
What would no? I can't think. Hang on. 5 plus. Ooh, I get 80 points back. Fuck yeah. Damn. Fighter can heal.
Themselves.
Themselves. Oh, back to max. Perfect. Dilbert is going to. No, I'm not gonna be stupid. Dilbert's just gonna chuck a firebolt at it.
Sure.
Because it's 120 foot range, so he should probably be able to hit it. Ooh, 16?
That hits.
Hey,
16 hits.
Dilbert,
Yes.
at a boy. For a total of 10 points of fire damage.
Ooh, 10 points of fire damage? Okay. You watch again as this kind of, as Dilbert pretends to kind of throw it from his mouth as a kind of dragon's flame. You watch as this corpse just chars again completely and kind of drops to the ground. You can see all of these corpses that are kind of still smouldering, kind of smoke rising in the corridor, and the smell of acrid kind of burnt flesh is pretty strong in this narrow space. But you guys watch as all of the illusions of the horde from up above have completely disappeared.
Okay, that wasn't that bad, I guess.
And
Is everyone okay?
I think that is where we're going to take a break for now.
See you all in 15 minutes.
We will see you guys in the next little bit.
After the break.
Goodbye for now.
Yeah.